Have you been scared to eat late at night because you think late night snacking will lead to weight gain? Then stay tuned, because today I am diving into the science and revealing the truth behind that common question. Will eating late at night really cause me to gain weight? Hey everyone, Erin here with Healthy Mom Happy Family, and I'm so excited to have you with me today because I'm diving into one question I get the most, which is, will eating late at night cause me to gain weight? Now, many of us get to that late evening and we feel a little hungry and we want to have a snack, but we're scared because we think if we snack, it's automatically going to be stored as fat and cause the scale to go up the next day. So I wanted to look at the research behind this common misconception, because most individuals think this is true. You eat late at night, it automatically leads to weight gain. You'll even see some healthcare professionals think it's true too. But what's interesting is that when we look at the science behind late night eating and weight gain, the fact is research has not found that if you eat a certain amount of calories at 3 p.m. or you eat them at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., it hasn't found that the body processes those calories differently. Those calories don't automatically lead to more weight gain just because the time that you ate them. The calories don't count more because you eat them late in the evening. But the studies that look at late night eating and weight gain have found that most people who eat later in the evening tend to eat more calories overall. And that is where the weight gain comes from. And it makes sense, think about it. When's the last time you had a late night snack? And what did you choose? I know for me, if I'm up late and I'm hungry, I don't exactly want a salad, right? Many times we want more of those saltier, crunchy snacks or those rich snacks like chips and ice cream. And if we're eating those and we're going above our ultimate calorie needs for the day, we're eating more calories than our body has burned during the day, sure, that's going to be stored as excess fat and that's going to lead to weight gain. So it's not the time in which we eat our food. It's our choices and it's our overall calorie consumption throughout the day. So let's talk about what you can do if you're truly hungry later in the evening. All right, well, I don't want you to feel like just because you worked late one night that you can't eat. You don't have to skip dinner just because the clock says it's 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night. The trick to eating late at night and not gaining weight is this. Just like you would choose nutritious, high volume, low calorie foods any other time of day when you're trying to manage weight, we have to do the same thing in the evening. Now it's a little harder because in the evening, if you're feeling very tired, sometimes you're eating for reasons other than hunger. You might be eating because you're bored. It's something to do. You might just want to chew on something because it keeps you awake. Those are reasons that we might eat at night outside of true hunger. So before you dive into a snack or a meal later in the evening, really take a minute to ask yourself if you're truly hungry. Is your stomach rumbling? Are you noticing those true hunger signals? Or is it more the food's there, it looks good, and it's something to do? So we have to practice those mindful eating strategies in order to better understand what our body's truly telling us in the evening and decipher if it's true hunger or if it's just the desire to eat because we're tired and bored and looking for something to do. The second thing we have to do if we want to have a snack or a meal later in the evening and not have it lead to weight gain is to make sure the choices that we're making fit within our daily calorie needs and we're choosing those nutrient-dense foods. So if you're eating later in the evening, you still want to choose foods that are rich in fiber, that don't contain large amounts of refined carbohydrates or added sugars, that are rich in lean proteins and plant-based fats, the nutrients that provide our body with what it needs to function, and the nutrients that tend to fill us up. So this could be as simple as having a bit of steamed vegetables at the side of a chicken breast or fish. You could have peanut butter on an apple. You could have a handful of nuts and some cheese or some whole grain crackers. All of those choices are fine. And if you're more in the mood for snacks, choose the better for you snacks. One of my favorite nighttime snacks is air pop popcorn, which is a good source of whole grain. And you can make a trail mix by adding in some almonds. So that's where you're getting some more fiber and protein and healthy fat. And if you want to make it a little more indulgent, you can put a few dark chocolate chips. Not a lot, but a few, so you get that salty, sweet satisfaction without a snack that's rich in calories and added sugars that can cause blood sugar to spike and could potentially lead to weight gain. Now, when you're choosing your snack late at night, I want you to keep in mind that if we eat a large amount of food right before bed, this can be disruptive to sleep. So if you are hungry later in the evening, the clock does not have to decide when's okay for you to eat and when you need to stop eating. But I do want you to think about when you're going to bed. If we eat within 1 to 2 hours right before bedtime, if we eat something that's high in volume, even if it's a nutritious choice, if we're filling our stomach with a lot of volume and then we lay down, what this does is it really pushes those stomach contents back up, puts a lot of pressure on the diaphragm, and that can trigger some acid reflux. And acid reflux, as you're sleeping, what it does is it partially awakens you from sleep. You don't even realize it's happening, but it's disrupting that sleep pattern. You're not getting that deep, restful REM state of sleep, and then you don't wake up feeling as well rested. Also, if your food choices are rich in fat at night, or if you're eating anything that's really spicy or acidic, this can also cause more of that indigestion and acid reflux. Now, the reason this is important is because a restful night's sleep is key to weight management. If you're not getting enough sleep at night, and you're getting, maybe even you're sleeping 8 hours, but it's not restful, high quality sleep, if you're tired in the morning, that fatigue from a poor night's sleep can have a major impact on body weight. When we don't sleep well, what it does is it can impact our appetite and satiety signals. After a poor night of sleep, our hunger signals in our body, our hunger hormones actually are increased. And the hormones that tell our stomach that we're satisfied after eating, they get suppressed. So now we're hungrier, our body tends to seek out quick energy, so simple sugars and high fat foods for that quick burst of energy. We don't feel as satisfied, and that can cause us to eat more calories and ultimately to gain weight. So I really caution you that if you do snack at night, make sure there's still a buffer between when you snack and when you go to bed. Ideally 1 to 2 hours to allow yourself to digest the food so it does not interrupt your sleep. So what's the bottom line when it comes to eating late at night? Does it really cause weight gain? No, it doesn't. The time in which you eat your calories during the day really doesn't matter. What matters most is the quality of those calories. If you eat more calories than your body burns at 2 o'clock in the afternoon versus 9 o'clock at night, you're still gonna gain weight because it's just extra energy your body hasn't burnt off. The problem with late night eating is that it is easier to exceed your body's calorie needs late in the evening because you've already been eating throughout the day, but also when we eat late at night, we tend to be more tired, our resistance is down, and we're not quite as in tune with our body's hunger and satiety cues. So we're not eating as mindfully, we're making poorer food choices, and that is where weight gain can come from. And in addition, if we're eating too close to bedtime, it can disrupt our sleep patterns, and we know a poor night's sleep is linked to increased weight gain. So if you are hungry in the evening, what do you do? If you're hungry at night, you don't have to avoid food altogether, but I do want you to practice those mindful eating strategies. Listen to your body's hunger and satiety cues, make sure you're truly hungry and you're not eating for other reasons, and then get a nutritious, nutrient-rich snack, sit down, and eat it off a plate without distractions. Don't choose your late night snack and sit on the couch in front of the TV with it. We know that's a recipe for mindless eating and eating too much. I want you to make a nutritious choice, sit down, put the food on a plate, and eat it without distractions. Do that 1 to 2 hours before bedtime, and eating late at night should not have an impact on your body weight. So what do you think? Do you eat late at night? And have you noticed a difference in your body weight and how you feel the next morning? Let me know by commenting below. And if you liked today's video, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new video. Thanks for joining me.